Now, these numbers are unfathomable. We're talking between 1 and 3 trillion land and marine animals every year. That even if you were to believe that a human life is worth 1,000 animal lives, 1,000,000 animal lives, when we crunch the numbers, we surely should have reached a threshold to which you would consider our treatment of animals up there with the worst of moral crimes.
Isn't this a dangerous line of reasoning? When you consider that the lives of a certain number of cows could be deemed more important than the life of a single human being, the logical conclusion is that there may be cases where it is more just to kill a human being in order to save X number of animals. Clearly, we do not want to live in a world where this is the case.
Animals were the first to be enslaved, the first to be systematically slaughtered, and the only victims to ever be served in a modern university cafeteria with no one batting an eye. For as long as non-human animals have been oppressed, they still are to this day, persecuted, treated like nothing, their charred bodies chewed up, digested, and flushed down the toilet.
This is precisely what we do with plants.
The utter disregard and contempt for these sentient beings is unmatched. But why are their lives disregarded?
This is precisely what we do with plants. We disregard their lives, yet we consider it unacceptable to do the same with animals. How can we rationally justify this distinction? Animals have sentience, but plants use photosynthesis. Who decides which characteristics are more relevant than others?
Well, just like racism or any other form of discrimination, it all starts in the mind first. Speciesism. You might have heard this term before. Similar to racism, it's essentially discrimination based on species alone.
If most people discriminate based on species, Joey Carbstrong discriminates based on kingdom, the animal kingdom versus the plant kingdom.
It's the reason we love and care for dogs, but destine pigs to hellhole factory farms and a horrifying CO2 gas chamber to suffer and die. Speciesism is a form of human supremacy. We matter the most.
We are subjective beings. It is perfectly normal for us to believe that our own lives are more valuable than those of others. I suppose that most people would not choose to sacrifice their own lives to save 2 strangers. They probably wouldn't do so even if it were 10 or 100 strangers. Most people would not donate their organs or share their wealth with the entire population. They would put their own families first before others. So this logic of we matter the most is something we all accept and use daily, including Joey Carbstrong. It's an undeniable part of our subjective nature.